15th of December 2017, bringing us closer to the end of 2017. Many thanks for keeping it day live right here at Mark TV. My name is Stephen Mayombwe, together with my colleague
Yvonne and Njuna, but first the headlines. Journalists question the continued detention of red paper editors.
Vendors worried over reducing markets for their products.
Women in media demand equal and just treatment at their places of work.
And in sports, we bring you a report on the impact of exam sponsorship on the journalism.
And the news in detail. Uganda's press freedom environment has attracted a lot of discussion arising from the detention of red paper editors and the closure of the publication. Steve brings us a report on what implications this move has to the journalists.
Journalists have expressed their fears and concerns surrounding the continued detention of red paper editors charged with offending President Museveni and his brother.
Is something that is unfortunate. I think this situation could have been solved when the paper is running. I know the paper had advertisers. They are journalists who were permanent and they are earning from there. So it's, I think, almost a month that it has been shut. So I think the government is just trying to threaten journalism as a profession. It is just trying to instill in us that much self-censorship, and it is not nice.
Media as a whole, it is gross abuse of the law. You arrest people and detain them beyond the mandatory 48 hours. You detain them in a very highly feared and suspicious torture chamber, Narufenya. And these are only suspects who have committed no crime because you've not been able to parade them before court for them to take plea. But you also shut down the media house. That is economic sabotage.
Hagai Masiko, investigations head at the Independent magazine, says that such state arrests are intended to scare journalists and prompt them into self-censorship.
You don't have to come and arrest me to affect my work. They just have to arrest everybody else. That way, I'm a human being. I'll start fearing censorship. Self-censorship is the biggest threat to journalism. If you start feeling that I'm going to be walking home one day and they bump me off, you watch what you're publishing, you watch what you're writing. It's a question of time. And I could be walking out of here and something happens. If they are going after other journalists, it's just a question of time. It's just, so you cannot sit back. Any journalist, even a blogger, even a person who's filming Bivulus, these entertainment shows. One time you're going to film the wrong person and they'll come for you.
Samuel Yem, a fourth-year student of Journalism and Communication, Makerere University, says that it is very important to have media laws, but such should regulate journalists rather than restricting them.
Very, very important to have media laws, especially in Uganda, because imagine yourself, you've been given an opportunity to regulate yourself. You can imagine how you will behave. So they put to not be the laws that restrict the work of journalists, but to regulate. Because if you are given the opportunity to regulate yourself, of course you are not going to bring the best.
Any profession or society cannot function well minus rules and regulations. But the enforcement mechanism must be just to all parties involved. Reporting for Mark TV, I'm Stephen.
Women journalists have used the 2017 Media Expo stage to voice out their concerns over sexual harassment faced at their places of work. They say this has reduced their accountability and efficiency as compared to their male counterparts. Our reporter Emily has moved this report.
Irrespective of the outspoken venture to promote women empowerment, women in media admit to silently suffering due to sexual harassment and gender inequality at different media houses.
Hostile working environment is real. Women bring up cases about being harassed or oppressed. You say that it's in their head.
I had a horrifying story from a leading TV station recently in which this young lady went there for internship and she was told by a reputable person who you know, who is on TV every day, you are too beautiful, you will distract me. These are the realities of our situation.
The newsrooms are losing many of the talented women because of sexual assault. And people need to talk about it more openly.
Amidst the increasing number of female graduates from various universities, women still continue to hold rather low positions and soft bits of news compared to their male counterparts.
Women have made headway. We have some women say new vision at the editorial level, but still the representation is still generally low. And because we have few women, we tend to get a predominantly male perspective in the media.
As more sensitization has gone on, some media houses have come up with measures to curb this vice.
There was a tool on the back end to monitor which sources you are talking to. So for the story to meet the merits, you have to talk to both a man and a woman, and at least you have to tick those boxes. And if you didn't tick them, you walk into Babula's office and explain yourself and say, I didn't get a woman because this is the kind of story I was doing, and just this one I didn't get her.
Different organizations like the Uganda Women's Network for Journalists should heighten that fight to provide a healthy environment for women in media, and different media houses should rally behind them. Reporting for MacLife, I'm Semmy Emily, Ayoo.
Thank you so much, Emily. Now, disability is indeed not inability, something that has been proved by various visually impaired students at Makerere University. Now, we bring to you a story of 25-year-old Norbert Opio and how he has managed to get the Makerere University government sponsorship.
Just like the saying goes, disability is not inability. A concept that Norbert Opio, a first-year student pursuing a bachelor's degree in education, daringly gives its practical meaning.
I am Opio Norbert, actually from Gulo, but because of this numerous creation of district, and I'm now in Nomoro district.
With his natural sight until the LRA insurgency altered the course of nature, forced him to go blind. A decade of war, but a lifetime of blindness.
Yeah, actually, I lost my sight when I was 2. That is when I was 2 years because of measles, and being the period of the war, like around 1994 there. So I think if there was some medication, I think I would not be like this.
Since joining the university, Norbert feels that a lot has changed compared to his days at secondary school.
Here I see people have taken life to be something that anyone can get, especially if disability, something like that. Because people are interactive, people perceive, they don't really think bad about this kind of situation.
Norbert on his computer is like a brain surgeon on duty, who knows what to do and how best to deliver using his tools professionally. One would think his eyesight is fully functional, or perhaps better than a normal eye. A skill obtained from massive training and long hours of practice.
But we benefited from some organization called Oysters and Pearls. That's from 2011 to 2016.
His brilliance and social nature is something that sparks elements of pride among his classmates, especially the like ones in his discussion group, who not only brag about his capabilities, but brag about him with joy.
In my own words, I can describe Norbert as somebody who is loving, who is friendly, is intelligent, that's what I know, because he's able to dictate if I'm happy before even me telling him. Like if I come and meet him and say, no, Norbert, how are you? Blessing, you're happy, you're dressing smart, you're looking good, something like that, meaning he's very intelligent.
Yet the boat does not sail on calm waters. When his blindness sends a wave, some of his friends face the challenge and makes it uneasy to interact with him.
When you are talking to him, you have to push nearer to him, okay? Yeah, of course, you cannot talk to him when he's far.
Being a government student, Norbert is grateful of what the government has done in order to make sure that people with disability have the same shot at education like all the other students. But he feels more should be done.
Government has not yet done enough yet. What I would actually think that the government can do is actually to really at least maybe come and find out and follow up the people they are sponsoring in school, because there are actually very many very many visually impaired students at home. After finishing their campus, they always stay at home, they have no job. So I feel like government should at least take some time and also follow these people that are sponsoring.
From Stephen Hawking to the magical music of Stevie Wonder, and now the multi-talented Norbert Opio. People have been beating the odds and overcoming the challenges of physical disability to achieving whatever it is they want in life. This poses a challenge to you and me. If they can achieve it, why can't we? Denis Kutosi and Herbert Comboni for Mac TV.
Very powerful moment from there. Now, Makerere University community has come up with questions and complaints about the way the born-again Pentecostals use their freedom of worship. They say they have misused it and therefore inconveniencing others.
Article 29, Section 1C of the 1995 Uganda Constitution guarantees freedom of worship in a manner that it is consistent with the law. Whereas Makerere University accommodates Christians and Muslims, St. Augustine and St. Francis chapels plus the mosque are designated places for worship within the university. This has left out new religions, thus opting to pray and hold fellowship outdoors.
St. Augustine, St. Francis, we have the mosque. That is the right place to go to. Yes. But not outside. These are the places which we know. If you are Pentecostal, you go outside the university. There are so many of them.
Students have therefore complained that the noise from the prayers infringes on their right to a conducive reading and learning environment. They say that the noise disrupts their concentration during lectures, personal reading, and more so during the examination period.
You can be in a lecture, lectures, taking on the lecture, but then maybe it is in lunch hour, you find yourself distracted, people are making noise, maybe on the campus, so it is long, because we have lectures at one, so that's when they conduct their prayers, and you hear a lot of music, a lot of shouting, singing, and there has been a complaint.
Stakeholders in the university have urged the administration to come up with measures to solve the problems brought up by the practice, and students have advised the university administration to gazette specific places and time for prayers to avoid interrupting learning activities.
The university to come out and maybe curb that.
The university cabinet or the team which is taking over the university, what it should do is at least to get for them a place that this is a place of worship for the born agains. Yes, like you see the Catholics, Muslims, the Protestants.
They make their own time when they're supposed to pray, so that their prayers don't collide with the lectures.
The question of the criteria used to allocate praying places to students may remain unanswered. However, Makerere University faces the challenge of various religions with different ways of praying. The need to gazette places of worship and allocate specific time for prayer is a viable solution. It is therefore up to the administration to speed up the process and provide the necessary conducive studying environment for students. Herbert Comboni for Mac TV.
Brings us to our opinion poll, and the question is, what should be the right way to practice one's religion without inconveniencing others? Stephen, what do you think about
the report has done? People should practice their religion without infringing on the rights of others.
Yeah. Like you have heard, that is Stephen's opinion. Be sure to join our discussion on Facebook and Twitter. We are at Mac.
Go in for a short commercial break and we'll be back with more stories.
It is time for Mac Live.
Mac Live? What's Mac Live?
It is an online news source for Mac TV.
How do I get Mac TV?
You can easily access it on Facebook, YouTube, and all social media platforms. Mac TV, number one trusted source.
From that break, and on our opinion poll, we asked what should be the right way to practice one's religion without inconveniencing other people around you. And Steven, from Twitter, we have a comment from Brenda. She's saying, don't show your left hand what the right hand has done. Don't show the whole public that you are praying to God. And I have another interesting opinion here from Helen, and she's saying, no one has the right to tell me how to communicate to my God. I pray in my comfort. That's an interesting
That is an interesting piece from Brenda.
Yeah, what do you have from Facebook?
Yeah, from Facebook, this is Jojo William. Jojo William starts with Uganda Zab. It is only in Uganda where you find people playing on the streets. And then this is Kevin. Kevin says, I have no issues with born agains, but they should know God even listens in silence.
Those are interesting views out there, and these are some of them, but we have more on our Facebook and Twitter handles. Be sure to follow the discussion that is going on our social media platforms. And moving on in our technology story, we explore on the many more ways in which you can use your handheld mobile phone and how you can use it to secure transport means.
The innovation of new technology has not left the transport industry out. Transport has been made quicker with the introduction of taxi cabs like Uber. Uber uses a mobile transport application known as Uber App, which uses GPS to map your location, and a driver within 1.5 kilometers comes and takes you to your destination. Unlike other taxi cabs, Uber passengers said that it gives them a feeling of their own cars and it is convenient.
It's comfortable. There is no risk for accidents, like for example when you use border borders. It's cheap. It's cheap according to me and kind of safe. Yes, it's very safe.
Whereas Uber is rated as a quick transportation mean, it also faces a few challenges like bad roads and traffic jam.
Jam, what? You know, the roads in Kampala, they are not good. So what I'm telling the passengers.
Despite the high transport costs and the delays, passengers think this is worth since they are assured of their safety.
Compared to other means, so like the taxis, they're expensive, but it's worth. Because you'll be there alone, you go fast, it's worth it.
You might request for Uber, then there might be a jam and I'd like to reach in the location very easy. So what I emphasize the passengers to wait.
On-demand transportation service like Uber has brought a revolution in the transportation service. You simply download the Uber app, tap on it, and have a cab come to your location in the minimum time possible. Walaza Rashida Lillian, reporting for Mac TV.
Innovation is key. And now as Christmas gets closer, vendors are lamenting over the reduced number of customers. They say, these vendors say that compared to the previous years, this festive season has attracted less customers, which has registered enormous losses for their businesses.
Every festive season is interpreted as a time to make more profits by the vendors. However, they say this has not been the case with this year's season.
Christmas ekyagaanye okusinza luli abantu bagulanga kuva mabega mwezi gw'omwenda nga bajja bagula naye kati tutuuse mu mwezi guno nga tetulaba kasitoma ebintu tubitunulira butunuulizi okutuuka mu budde buno twali buli omu ng'alina akasente naye kati mu ssaawa eno akasente buli omu kamweyaguza bweyaguza naye nze nandibadde ngamba bwe nti singa kiba kisoboka Christmas eno yandibadde yeyongerayo naye tekisoboka.
Vendors have attributed this to increased poverty amongst their potential customers. They argue that the high taxes levied by the government have a negative impact on their total sales.
Abantu baavu nnyo obwavu y'ensonga kati eri mu ddi.
Gavumenti yatuyambye bakendeeza ku misolo gy'ebintu.
Issa Sechito, the spokesperson of Kampala City Traders Association Kasita, has therefore advised traders to resort to mobile markets in order to solve such challenges.
Otherwise, as Kasita, we think we be more realistic as the politicians, traders, and whoever leader that is within the Kampala area, such that we encourage these people to go for moving markets, mobile markets, will go to legalize the hawkers licenses for people who have retail stock on them and moving from one place to the other.
The increasing level of poverty still torments Uganda, thus affecting business transactions. What should be done to mitigate this? Leonard Nakhosi, Shillar Nakayemba, Makla.
And moving on to the world of sports, Ugandans are pouring praises to the Azam Premier League for the sponsorship in the Uganda Football League. They say such sponsorship has transformed the league from a local to an international sport. Kalungi Kassimu has more on this.
Uganda's football has steadily grown from being a local sport to an international sport. Such development has been attributed to the recent Azam sponsorship of the Ugandan League.
Katinga Azam yonjebaza kubanga esupportinze emipiira gyaffe etya twalinga emipiira gya Uganda oba liigi ya Uganda ng'osooka kukola ng'olina kgenda mu kisaawe gye giri n'olyoka okola ki ogiraba naye ate kati tulina Azam nga Azam TV.
Like that. So when Azam comes on board, we see many more teams coming on board, like Baraka. Apparently, we used to know very few clubs.
Bernard Bainamani, the CEO of the Uganda Premier League, has highlighted the key role that Azam has played in uplifting the Ugandan football.
Started receiving money from Azam out of the sponsorship package. The secretariat, which I had as a CEO, also got a big boost.
Bainamani also appreciates the various sponsorships that have redefined the performance and activities of various Ugandan sports clubs.
On board of Azam helped us to interest other potential sponsors. As you may be aware, there are some sponsors who are on board, both at the club level and league level. At club level, we are talking of Hima Cement, Roofing, Star Times.
However, John Vianney Simbe, a sports journalist at Observer and Kwese TV, says much is still needed in the Uganda Premier League, which Azam has gotten to work on.
Azam has not done is trying to market the league as much as the people that were here previously, that is SuperSport, because SuperSport would just put this thing in your faces. Now, what Azam has not done is that not many people have Azam decoders.
Kasim Karungi, Shillar Nakayemba, Mark TV.
And Kalungi Kassimu's report brings us to the end of the day live today. Thank you for always keeping it number one. From us, it is a good evening.